It's a fact that wild dogs are probably some of the most successful hunters in the bush. They are strategic, relentless, and work as a team. If you have never seen wild dogs hunt, then this video is a must for you, as we count. Wild dogs are resilient and strategic hunters. This overhead view shows the wild dog chasing a wildebeest systematically. The wildebeest runs for its life, but it will eventually tire out, and that's what the wild dogs do best. They tire out their prey before dismantling them like a set of Lego blocks. On the African savanna, teamwork and endurance are key for success, and wild dogs possess both of these attributes tenfold. These wild dogs have managed to grab a smaller wildebeest, but all the action is happening behind the bushes. We can hear the wildebeest crying for help, but it's difficult to see anything until the camera moves. And then, we see a horde of dogs all over the poor victim, whose life is obviously on the verge of ending. All we can hope is the animal didn't suffer, but by the looks of it, there is a slight possibility it did. This wildebeest finds itself in a precarious position. Some of the dogs are yanking on its snout, while others are biting at its backside. I'm not sure how long this tugging from one side to the other will last, but the wildebeest is clearly in tremendous pain, and it's not finding this the least bit interesting. This small antelope is trying to escape the grip of a lone wild dog, but it becomes increasingly difficult to fend off the predator. However, when a second dog shows up, you know this is the antelope's last moments on this planet. It's time to recite a few prayers and hope for the best. This baby kudu is being torn to shreds by these wild dogs. I mean, they are pulling the animal like it is made out of plasticine. I hope for the kudu's sake, the adrenaline kicked in and he didn't feel too much pain. This antelope happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and is getting eaten alive by a pack of fearless wild dogs. When wild dogs begin to bite into an animal, it's very rare the animal will escape. The kudu is a huge antelope that resembles a reindeer, and wild dogs enjoy eating it. These wild dogs pull on this kudu on the side of the road, and although the kudu is rather large and tries to kick out with its legs, the dogs are tenacious and manage to take it down and begin disemboweling it alive. The dogs bite through the animal ferociously, and there's nothing the kudu can do. A kudu is being pursued by a band of wild dogs. They bring the kudu down to the ground and start eating it alive. The tenacity of these wild dogs is astounding. Nothing will be able to change their minds once they have decided to launch an attack, except perhaps a huge hippo. This gives the wild dogs ample time to bite into their prey and injure it, before going all out. In common Sesame is a close relative of the bontebok. It has a comical appearance, with high sloped shoulders that drop to a small rump that does not appear to be particularly robust. And guess what? The common Sesame is a favorite of wild dogs who enjoy a good stand-up routine once in a while, especially when they're getting the last laugh. The show didn't continue long in this video, as the dogs all tugged in different directions, gulping down every piece of meat they could. The animal's pain must be unbearable, but I assume the dogs don't seem to mind as long as they are eating. Another Sesame is immediately apprehended and learns what wild dogs are all about. There was nothing it could do, no matter how hard it tried. Imagine being born into a world where you are drop-shipped into the bush, and almost everyone there sees you as food or competition. Strong animals that have been known to face lions. They're enormous, and a good stab with one of their horns might be lethal. Wild dogs have little chance of bringing down a full-grown buffalo unless they are after a younger calf, which is exactly what they are doing in this video. They have surrounded the calf and are finishing it off right in front of its mother. It seems like the mother has stopped trying to defend her offspring because there are just too many dogs. After one last attempt, the mother is finally chased away from the area, and the dogs can eat in peace. If the mother knows what's good for her at this point, she's better off running away. The calf can't be saved at this point. Here's a bigger buffalo that's having a hard time with a few wild dogs. The two dogs are both biting the buffalo's rear end, while the rest of them watch the buffalo straight in the face to make sure it doesn't use its horns on them. We all know how this will end, and it's not looking good for the buffalo. This pack of wild dogs takes on a massive buffalo, and believe it or not, they manage to take it down. These dogs are not very big, but the things they are capable of accomplishing are beyond belief.